like this, it's got to keep going up.
I've been in several things. I was in the drug business and I was in the oil business, but I'm not either one now, you understand?
I happen to run a little business on the side, a sort of sideline. Happens to be a rather confidential sort of haul, but you might make a nice bit of money.
Benjamin Franklin.
Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today I'm going to talk about the DNC changing their rules for the upcoming debates, or their thresholds, or whatever. But first, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The GoFundMe link is in the description box. If you got $5 or more laying around, you want to donate to a charity, you can at Devon's Journey to Recovery. GoFundMe link in the description box. All right. As you can see, it's from Politico. DNC overhauls debate requirements, opening door for Bloomberg. It says the Democratic National Committee is drastically revising its criteria to participate in primary debates after New Hampshire, doubling the polling threshold and eliminating the individual donor requirement, which could pave the way for former New York City Mayor Mike Bloomberg to make the stage beginning in mid-February. Coincidental? Candidates will need to earn at least 10% in 4 polls released from January 15th to February 18th, or 12% in 2 polls conducted in Nevada or South Carolina, in order to participate in the February 19th debate in Las Vegas. Any candidate who earns at least one delegate to the national convention in either the Iowa caucuses or New Hampshire primary will also qualify for the Nevada debate. Now people are thinking that this is billionaires buying the election, or buying the election process. You've probably seen Tulsi Gabbard mention it, talking about Bloomberg buying a seat in the election. Here's Ryan Grimm saying, just before jumping into the race, Mike Bloomberg gave $325,000 to the DNC on top of the gobs he spent on ads this month. Totally normal system. So, yeah. Not a lot of people are going to be happy with this. In fact, this will be another thing that blows up in their face. Right? This is outright just changing the requirements. And I believe their excuse was, we needed to give people time to start making money and stuff like that. So all we really had to rely on was polling, and blah, 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 blah. This seems like a way to make sure certain people make these debate stages. See, the individual donations are a major part for these political types. For me, not so much. Not as much. But for these guys, it's a signal. Individual donations are a signal of, oh, this guy is an actual populist type of candidate. This guy or this gal. Right? So if you get enough individual donors, like, even though I might not like your candidate, at least you have an actual popularity that would, okay, we'll hear what you have to say, right? Instead of, I can just pay my own way in and not have to worry about whether people like me or not. And in fact, I can buy my way up into the polls, right? Look at all the advertisements I can buy. Those shouldn't work, but if they do, whatever. Look at all the advertisements I can buy. Or you can be like a Tom Steyer where you, that was for individual donations. He sold fucking hats or t-shirts or something and counted them as individual donations. But in a way, you can buy, you treat enough people nicely, you get your name mentioned, because a lot of these polls are about name recognition, right? So all the advertisements and, paying people to go around cities and go door to door, tell people, oh, Mike Bloomberg exists. Now all of a sudden, when they just ask questions on the phone, do you know who you're voting for? No, not really. Tell me when you know this person's name. Mike Bloomberg. Yeah, I heard of him. He, gave me $100 to say this. But nah, I don't know if it works that bad. Probably not. In some cases, I'm sure. But yeah, in a way, you can buy your way up into an election, into at least the debate stage, right? Not to mention the money he's given to the DNC. All of this looks shady. And more reasons why Jimmy Dore is going to be screaming to demolish the Democratic Party. Right? What was Jimmy going over? He was reading off like a whole list of all the people that are hired to this DNC, committee thing they have going on that Tom Perez hired. And it's all people that would never vote for Bernie Sanders. Like, that's going to be his committee. I wonder what happens with the delegates and the super delegates. I wonder what that's going to look like. So, yeah. Expect people to be complaining a lot about this. And expect a lot worse if Bernie Sanders doesn't win the nomination, even though he has the most people supporting him. Right? Almost like those individual donations were important at measuring something. When he's like smashing individual donor records, it's like, oh, maybe that might mean something. That might actually, that might signify he has a chance to win this thing. But then if some creepy or shady moves just take it away, people are going to be upset. Is there anything else I should add to this? Ma'am? Ma'am. It's just weird timing, right? Like, this dude was never going to qualify for any of them because people aren't giving their money to him because he could just pay for himself. I don't see people fucking really voting for him either, other than like his employees or something. So I don't know what this is. Is this a way to take votes away from Bernie Sanders of possibly winning, like, I think it's like a 51% or something. If he gets that amount, then, it's over. But if it's contested, then they're going to go to another round to where superdelegates play a role. And if guys like Mike Bloomberg or Tom Steyer or Amy Klobuchar or Elizabeth Warren, if they pull enough support from like a Bernie Sanders, then it's like, oh, okay. Now you have to go to the superdelegate round. I don't know how this fucking works. I'm making shit up as I go. I'm at least telling you, though. That's honest. But yeah, I think the whole process is stupid on its own, but, I'm trying my best to try and understand what's happening here. And clear as day, see, this dude's like buying his way into the election. All right, that's it for me. Please subscribe if you like, comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think. Is he just buying his way in, or is the DNC just like, this is a better way to do it? Let's get rid of the individual donation threshold. Let's get rid of that and make it just about polling. I don't know. Also, don't forget, if you win a delegate, right? I guess that's, 15% in the Iowa and New Hampshire election thing? If you get 15%, then you get like a delegate or something. Thus, you qualify for the Vegas debates. A lot of people keep telling me, especially Gray Walker, he keeps telling me, independents and like ex-Trumpers are going to vote for Tulsi in these open states. Right? Open meaning you don't have to be a registered Democrat to vote for a Democrat. You can be Republican and vote in the primary. If she does, we'll see her on the debate stage. If not, we won't be seeing her again because whatever she does, they will fuck around with the requirements and make sure she's not in there. But Bloomberg will get in. All right, so tell me what you think. Don't forget to donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery GoFundMe link in the description box. With all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.